College Algebra, Topic 1.4. First, factoring by grouping. Okay, number 2. We have no GCFs in the entire problem. We have an 8, 2, 3, and 12. There's no greatest common factor, and there are no x's. So we're going to take out a greatest common factor in just the first two. The first two we can take out a 2 and an x squared. That leaves behind, let's see, we divide this by 2x squared, that gives us x, and we divide negative 8x squared by 2x squared, we get negative 4. Now we'll take the GCF out of the last two. The last two, the greatest common factor will be a 3, so plus 3. And what remains will be 3x divided by 3, which is x, and negative 12 divided by 3, which is negative 4. And now we have a GCF that belongs to the entire problem, which is an x minus 4. So let's take that GCF out, x minus 4, and that leaves behind the 2x squared here and the positive 3 there. And these two binomials is what this used to be before multiplication. Once again, number 3. There's no GCF throughout the entire problem. We have a 2, 8, 3, and 12. No greatest common factor other than 1. So we'll take a GCF out of just the first two, which will be 2x squared times x minus 4. Next, the GCF for the next two, we have a negative 3 and a 12. Well, since this leads with a negative, we're also going to take out a negative along with the 3 as a GCF. Then we'll divide everything by a negative 3. Negative 3x divided by negative 3 means this used to be a positive x. And a 12 divided by negative 3 means this used to be a negative 4 before multiplication. That's what factoring is, what something was before multiplication. Now we have a GCF in the overall problem of x minus 4. So we'll take that out. And then we'll group the 2x squared minus 3. And these two binomials is what this used to be before multiplication. Okay. Now, factoring binomials. This sum fits the cube root that gives us the a plus b term. Once we have the a plus b term, we take our a and b term and we write down a squared minus a times b plus b squared. So let's get the a and b term by putting all this into, simplifying this with a cube root. So the cube root of 125 will be 5. The cube root of x to the 9th is x to the 3rd. The cube root of y to the 6th is y to the 2nd. Plus the cube root of 8 is 2. And the cube root of z to the 3rd power is z. This is our a and our b term. Now, I'm going to take my a and my b term and create my a squared term, my minus ab term, plus my b squared term. So, my a squared term will be 25, x to the 6th, y to the 4th, minus my ab term. My ab term will be this term a times this term b, which will be 5 times 2 is 10, and then x cubed, y squared, and z. That's my negative a times the b term right there. And lastly, I need my b squared term. Well, my b squared term is 2z, so when I square it, I'll get 4z squared. And this is the factor for this. So this used to be this before multiplication.